Every catastrophic decision starts the same way. Not with ignorance, with confidence. The people who make the biggest mistakes almost always believe they're making the right one. 2,000 years ago, the most powerful man on earth ignored 5 separate warnings in a single day. You've probably ignored one this week. His name was Julius Caesar. By that evening, there were 23 wounds in his body. Every one of those warnings reached him. In time. He just waved them off. One was a note. It named every man about to kill him. He was holding it when he died. He never unrolled it. So this isn't really a story about Rome. It's about the 5 blind spots that made a genius ignore the obvious. I'm Felix. Every episode, I pull one catastrophe out of history and find the blind spot behind it. The same 5 working on you right now. Learn to see them here, and you'll catch yours while there's still time. Subscribe, and I'll bring you a new one every week. Warning sign 1. Before the warnings, look at how high Caesar had climbed. He'd crossed the Rubicon, won a civil war, and outlived every rival Rome could throw at him. By this point, there was no one left who could tell him no. He'd just been made dictator for life. His face was on the coins. They even renamed a month after him. He'd sent his bodyguards away. A man this loved didn't need them. That was the mood. Then a fortune teller stepped forward. His name was Spurina, old, poor, a nobody. And he told Caesar 4 words. Beware the Ides of March. The Ides meant the 15th. Weeks away, Caesar smiled and kept walking. He didn't dismiss it because it was unclear. He dismissed it because of who said it. A nobody. Then the 15th came, and Caesar found the old man in the crowd. The Ides of March have come, he said, a little smug. And the fortune teller looked at him and answered, yes. But they haven't gone. The more powerful you get, the harder warnings are to hear. A brain scientist named Tali Sharot found out why. She calls it optimism bias. The safer you feel, the harder it gets to imagine the thing that could destroy you. Caesar wasn't stupid. He was winning. And winning had quietly switched off the part of him that could feel fear. Now here's the part about you. You do the same thing with the messenger. The warning at work almost never comes from the boss. It comes from the junior who sees the real numbers, the contractor nobody listens to, the assistant in the room. And you judge the warning by their rank, not by whether it's true. Spurina was right. That was never the problem. The problem was he was a nobody, so his warning felt like one too. A stranger is easy to wave off, so the next warning didn't come from a person at all. It came from a ritual Caesar had trusted his whole life, and the morning he needed it, it broke. Warning sign 2. Rome didn't make a move without checking the signs first. Not a battle, not a vote, not even a wedding. Priests would open a sacrificed animal and read its insides to see if the day was safe. The whole city ran on it. And Caesar didn't just believe in it, he ran it. He was Rome's highest priest. So on the morning the ritual turned against him, he of all people knew what it meant. They opened the animal, and there was no heart. None. The priests had never seen it before. In a religion built on reading organs, an animal with no heart wasn't a bad sign. It was the one every priest feared. And it wasn't the first. A small bird had been chased into a hall and ripped apart. Bad signs had been piling up for days. His horses, the ones he dedicated when he crossed the Rubicon, refused to eat and were seen weeping. And the night before, the doors of his bedroom blew open on their own, in still air. What did Caesar do? He joked about it. Said the signs would mean whatever he decided they meant. Rome's own high priest looked at a clear omen of death and shrugged it off, because it got in his way. Not every warning has a face. Some come from a system, something that always worked, right up until the day it didn't. The report that's always clean flags something. The partner who's never late goes quiet. The payment that always clears doesn't. And because it's never failed you before, you call it a glitch, instead of hearing what it's telling you. When the thing that never breaks suddenly breaks, that's the signal, not the noise. A broken ritual is still easy to laugh off. So the third warning came from someone he couldn't dismiss so easily. It came in the dark, hours before dawn, from the one person in Rome who had nothing to gain by scaring him. Warning sign 3. The night before he died, Caesar slept next to his wife. Her name was Calpurnia. And that night, she had a dream. A bad one. The kind you don't shake off. She dreamed the roof of their home fell in. And she dreamed she was holding Caesar's body, bleeding. She woke up terrified, and she begged him, "Please, don't go out today. Just this once, stay home." And here's the part people forget. It worked. Caesar stopped. He listened. He decided to stay home. He was going to send word that he wasn't coming to the Senate that day. For one moment, the warning got through. The man who ruled Rome was about to be saved by his wife. So why didn't it hold? Because of how we treat the people closest to us. When a stranger warns you, it's news. When your wife warns you, it's just her worrying. Again, he didn't think she was right. He thought she was scared. And to him, those were different things. Think about who sees you every single day. Your partner, your closest friend, the people at home, they spot the change first. The new friend who's off, the deal that smells wrong. They feel it before you do. But because they always care, you file it under worry. You hear love, you miss the alarm. The person who knows you best is your smoke detector. Stop hearing nagging, start asking what they see. So Caesar was staying home. Safe. The warning had won. And then a friend knocked on a door. A man he trusted completely. And that man was about to talk him out of the one decision that would have saved his life. Warning sign 4. Remember where we are. Caesar has decided to stay home. Calpurnia 1. He's safe. Then this man arrives. Decimus, one of Caesar's closest friends. A man he trusted completely. Caesar had fought beside him, trusted him with armies, even named him in his will. And Decimus did not argue with the warning. He did something far smarter. He made it embarrassing. He said the whole Senate was waiting. Hundreds of men, ready to offer Caesar a crown. And what would Caesar tell them? That he stayed home because his wife had a bad dream? That was the whole game. He didn't attack the fear. He attacked Caesar's pride. And pride won. Then he took Caesar by the hand and walked him out the door himself. The one man who could talk Caesar out of safety was the same man leading him to the knives. Who is it in your life that talks you out of your caution? Picture them right now, because that's the person to watch. You're about to walk away from a bad deal, and someone smooth talks you right back into the room. They don't fight your worry. They make you feel small for having it. Too cautious, too dramatic, overthinking it. So ask one question. Who gets what they want if I ignore my gut right now? Follow that answer. So Caesar left home, 4 warnings behind him, all ignored. The place they were meeting that day wasn't even the Senate house. It was a hall beside the theater built by Pompey, the rival Caesar had destroyed. 60 men were waiting inside, and at the door, one of them pulled Mark Antony aside, Caesar's strongest ally, and kept him talking in the street, so no one who could help would be in the room. And Caesar walked straight into the 5th. Because one man in that crowd knew every name. He'd written them down, and he was about to hand Caesar the list. Warning sign 5. This last one is different, because this warning didn't come as a feeling, or a dream, or a bad sign. A teacher named Artemidorus had learned the whole plot. Every name, every man planning to kill Caesar that day. So he did the one thing none of the others could. He wrote it all down, plainly, in a note. Then he fought through the crowd to reach Caesar and pushed the note straight into his hand. And he told him, "Read this now. By yourself. Read it right away. It's about you." Caesar took it. He even tried to read it, but dozens of others were shoving their own requests at him. He was surrounded, important, needed by everyone. So he held onto the note and kept walking. He carried the names of his killers in his own hand, rolled up, unread, all the way to the Senate. He walked in holding the answer, and he never once unrolled it. They surrounded him. The men from the note he never read. Friends, senators, men he'd pardoned. It started with a petition. A man named Cimber grabbed Caesar's toga with both hands and pulled it down from his neck. That was the signal. The first blade came from behind, a shallow cut to the throat, and Caesar fought. He drove his writing stylus into the first man's arm. One man against the whole room. But there were too many. They pressed in from every side, so tightly that some of them wounded each other trying to reach him. And then Caesar saw a face he knew. Brutus, a man he had spared, a man he had trusted, coming at him with a blade. And that was when he stopped fighting. He pulled his toga up over his own face so no one would see it, and he let himself fall. He died at the foot of a statue, The statue of Pompey, the rival he had beaten. 23 wounds. And still, closed in his hand, the note he never read. Now, the last warning. And this is the one you're doing right now. The warning is already in your hands. The email you didn't open, the clause you skimmed, the message you'll read later. You're not missing the answer. You have it. You're just too busy being important to stop and look. So here's the whole lesson in one line. The warning you're holding is worth nothing until you open it. So look at what actually happened. Caesar didn't miss 5 warnings. He missed the same thing 5 times. Each one came in a different shape, and each slipped past a different blind spot. The stranger he outranked. He ignored the source, the ritual that broke. He reinterpreted the evidence. The wife who was afraid. He discounted the emotion. The friend who shamed him. He protected his ego. And the note in his hand, he chose urgency over importance. 5 different doors. The same man walked through every one, because underneath all of them sat a single flaw. The one Tali Sharot named at the start. When you're winning, your brain can't picture the moment you lose, so it quietly deletes the warning. There's a tool Caesar never had. Decision makers today call it a pre-mortem. Before you commit, you stop, and you assume it has already gone wrong. Then you ask one question. Which of these 5 blind spots am I standing in right now? That's the whole skill. You force yourself to imagine the failure, because your brain never will on its own. Caesar had 5 chances to ask that question. He asked it 0 times. You'll get warnings too. You probably already have. They won't wear a label. They never do. But now you know the 5 shapes they hide in, and the 5 blind spots that let them pass. So when the next one comes, don't rank the messenger. Don't explain it away. Don't wait for a better time. Open it. I'm Felix. If this changed how you see even one decision in your own life, subscribe, and you'll learn to spot the warning while there's still time to use it. That's the whole point.